When I was talking to Vanessa and creating the training, we haven't done the protocol training. And I need to do the protocol hands-on training. But the majority of things, the majority of situations that you guys need training that I'm seeing, it's conversational. Like, we can't have someone who did a mastectomy every week for me to train you, or someone who did a BBL and come in. I have tried to do that. It's not easy. Or I will have to do treatments for free for someone who comes in. I don't want to do that. So I want to create a series of like a weekly conversation that is about an hour, that we bring on what happened during the week. And then I record those sessions. And then if you couldn't make it that time, you can watch the sessions. But it would be great that more of you can participate so we can see what is that you've dealt with that week. What kind of client came in. What, like, she had, are you finding what you need?
I need my Avid shirt.
For example, she has a BBL on Monday. You know what BBL is? She have never done a BBL. I'm accountable that she wins that client, right?
BBL 360 and flanks, no arms.
So I'm working with her to prepare her to do that first BBL for her. And if I'm doing that in a video that I'm training everyone can participate, everyone can listen to what I'm doing. So next time I have somebody on board, you guys have a new therapist on board, we have a video ready that can be used, right? So that's one of the goals. One is to support you in creating conversations to retain that client, that type of client, give you the confidence to do the kind of treatments that I would do. So we have some synchrony in how to do the treatments. And and share with you how I want to get done. There is a challenge here. If I might, this is my frustration, okay? If I take on me doing the business, I would be able. You got it?
Yeah.
Right. I don't want to sound arrogant, but I guess I'm going to be arrogant, okay? So if I do the business myself, like I started Lymph Right, just me. Pierrette didn't come. In 2 months, I was having 2 through 3, May, June, July. In 3 months, just me, I was not able to take all the clients I had, okay? And at that time, Pierrette was just helping me a few days a week she started helping me with the phone. She wasn't doing much at that time. I want to have more people working with me. I don't want to be the only one doing it. I wouldn't be creating this and spending my time doing this if I didn't want that, right? And I have now the tools and the statistics to show me what's so. What's so is that we are having a lot of new clients, more than we can, that I was expecting. Actually, not true. I'm paying for it. So I increase the number of clients, the amount of money that I'm putting on marketing. We start getting more people interested in plastic surgeons that are interested. She could start getting more people to do plastic surgeon brochures. Vanessa and I will start looking at doing the social media and updating the website. So the marketing is working. We can blame on the marketing. I just shared with her, there is one thing that is different, is that the last month, because I hire more people, I add on more money to the marketing. So I don't know, and the marketing is not being utilized full. So for example, I put $500, $450 on Google. And I did not use the whole money on Google. They only use like less than $300. That tells me that the marketing is not being wasted. Does that make sense? So no?
No.
Does it make sense?
Mm-mm.
Why does it make sense?
I don't understand I don't understand how it works. Like you give them $400, how is it not being used?
So Google works as an ad pay per click.
Oh, okay, got it.
So I only pay people click.
Got it.
So, and we are having good clientele coming from Google. Now, the last week, I upgraded call in, like I put some of that money to do a different marketing strategy with the marketing person, and we're gonna measure that in a month. So a few weeks ago, I did the call in. Remember, I started receiving some call in. So the point that I want to make is that we are having no problem bringing people in. Well, we are having problem so we start measuring, okay? We start measuring like every people that call in, texting, send an email is a referral. We start keeping tracking of them.
Can I just say something?
Mm-hmm.
It might not make sense to them, what you're saying, because none of them are book solid. Like you're saying, we're having no problem bringing people in, but I don't know.
I haven't had anything this
She
week.
had nothing.
I
Okay.
barely had any
And so
last
I'm
week.
saying, so that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
You know?
And you know what? It's perfect because look at this, right? So I don't know if you ever got present to other places. You have your own business. I don't know if you ever got this presence, and you can see with Dr. T. Where do you have from Monday to today 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 inquiries in less than 4 days? 14 inquiries. They're not Groupons, by the way, because you could have that with Groupons,
Yeah. No Groupon.
right? So my point is the marketing is working. What we need to work on is many different steps, okay? It start by answering the phone. So the way the business was created is that we don't have a front desk. You know, we are working towards to have a front desk, but right now we don't have a front desk. So, well, we do have a front desk, correct?
Yep.
And then Vanessa is on board, she's helping,
Yeah.
right?
Thank God.
And so there's a lot of training that I want to keep training them to do the onboarding process, right? And we'll talk about that. But the point I want to make here is that we did the numbers, and I want you to start tracking yourself. Every time you have a new client for detox, 50% of that client should be pre-booking you, buying a package, signing up membership. Like you should be able to retain 50% of them. Why I'm saying this? Because my numbers are higher than that. Okay? So I'm creating that it's possible for you because I have walked through that and I know it's possible. Now we gotta work together so I can train you to do the things that I do. Because inside of taking actions, those actions that I take are effective. Does that make sense? And then when they are post-surgery, they should be like, for me it's 90% of the time, but we are putting 80% of the time. So if 80% of the times you have a new client for post-surgery, they should be booking, buying a package, or like coming back. Usually, I have a client that lives in San Francisco and bought a package. She comes in town like 2 months. She even bought a package because she knows she already wants to come in every time she comes in town. How do I do that? It's not like I have a magic wand. It's just that I have a procedure that I follow, that I make that. And lately, I have been working more with Pierrette, and Pierrette has been increasing her retention too. So instead of me going each one of you, that's why I'm bringing all of you together, okay? So, and then Florence here, so,
Yeah, they're following the light and they're coming in, it's like 3.
okay, so number one with all our trainings would be when I sell them. I don't sell them in the end of the treatment. I sell them in the beginning of the treatment. 2, the selling started when we respond to their inquiry. Like the whole, like when you, I heard this, someone was training us, said like, you always prepare to go on a date. Like you make the makeup and all that stuff, right? And then the person become your fiance or got married. Then you got married. And then you stop doing the things you do when you're dating, right? So here's the same thing. We gotta make sure we are doing that dating thing the moment that we call them back or we answer their phone towards the moment that they come back. Every time they come back, you earning them every single time. When you take for granted that they come every month, you might lose them. So I treat people like, what is new today? What do you want me to know today? Because I don't know who you are today. I know who you were before, but I'm dealing with who you are today. You were happy before, now you're sad. You're sad before, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so we don't have time to go detail by everything, but that's like the bottom line. I want to make sure you guys get it is when you have the client, have that kind of educational moment. Mm-hmm. So this is usually what I said. Okay, hi. So I read that you came here for this. Blah 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 blah. Tell me, how long was your surgery? Or what is that you're dealing with for? Let's do the surgery first. So tell me, when was your surgery? What did you do? Where did you do? Do you know anything about lymphatic? Some people will tell me what they already want. So I listen for what is that they want, I give it to them, right? And then they would say what they would say, and then I would say something in this way. Okay, I know exactly, that's kind of my comment. I know exactly how I can help you, and I guarantee you're going to feel the relief today. Something in that realm that provides them certainty that they're going to experience results right now.
This is when you're talking to them on the phone, booking the appointment, or when they get there?
If I have the chance to do that in the phone, I do that in the phone when I'm booking them. But with you and Mary Lou, you guys don't have that. You're not answering the phone, So right now, you got to be able to do that when you meet them. Pierrette or Vanessa will write some notes about what they say over the phone. They're going to fill out the information form and going to tell you something about it. And then you want to make sure that this is what you want to make sure that they experience you being interested in learning all that you can learn so you know what you're going to do.
So I think making notes in the booking on Vagaro is important to that end, because otherwise I don't know what I'm dealing with until they get there.
Yes.
So the one girl,
and she has been doing that.
The girl who didn't pay, like say she thought she was getting 50 minutes, she thought she was getting 2 hours. She was booked for 50. There was no notes. I had no idea that she was like full body lipo and BBL. All it said was post surgery.
Yeah.
And I know that was because she was giving you a hard time and not wanting to give you the credit card initially and all that stuff. I don't know.
She never paid, by the way.
I know. So I know that hopefully that's just like a random thing. But for me to have notes ahead of time to be able to read, like I need to have a heads up so I know when I'm preparing
myself. Yeah, this is really great because mentally. We are creating procedures and all this input is like implemented, right? Like we have been growing as we are doing. So
yeah, and when I first took over the phone all the time, I wasn't doing any notes. And just recently I've gotten engaged more in seeing what the impact was of me not doing certain things, so I needed to get on top of it and start doing it because I know it made an impact on some things. So now I am being more detailed, and I'm dedicated to get better at it.
Yeah. And so let's make sure that we do that, and when you're answering the phone that you start creating that relationship.
I feel like I know that I do create
Mhm.
a relationship with them on the phone. If I can get them on the phone. Some won't even talk to me on the phone, they just wanna text. By the way, I've been texted, there's one girl on the phone that I got her all engaged, she wouldn't talk on the phone, she says, okay, I want the appointment, got it all set, I was gonna all set up, book, I said, okay, all I need is your credit card information and your email, and she stopped.
Yeah. Well, it's okay.
No, but I mean, I'm really trying to engage, I do, I mean, what did you have done, how long ago, blah, 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 you know, all the questions
Uh-huh.
come with it.
Look, the challenge here is that, okay, I have been doing this for like 12 years now. I am highly trained and moving people from not wanting to do something to say yes to me in a matter of hours. Not that I win all the time or not that I'm effective all the time, but I'm highly trained. With Landmark, I'm trained to enroll people and register people in the courses. For 12 years, all the training that I get, right? And now I want to pass this training to you. And each one of you has very good talents, and